Greetings, folks. It's Sunday, the 4th of February, and I'm coming at you today because usually I make a video on Monday morning. It's kind of become part of a routine for me that I try to at least make a video once a week on Monday. But tomorrow I won't be able to because I am going to be going up to Sioux City to speak at Morningside College. Sociology, or I forget the name of the class, but my topic is diversity. Tomorrow we're going to be discussing protest in music. Now what's cool about this is that TMI, I'm going to give you too much information here because I want you to know about me a little bit. This is the second time in the last 6 months that I'm going up to be a guest lecturer at Morningside College as a guest to one of the professors up there in Sioux City who I don't know that well, but they know of me, my reputation, and my knowledge. And so she had me speak last semester to her class, and this is what's cool about it is I really do operate on kind of a shoestring. I've been driving the same car for 15 years or so now. It's a junker, and so it gets me around town. I really don't like to go on the road. You know, I never know when it's going to break down. So this professor, I'm not going to say her name, she and her husband actually come down. They drive down from Sioux City, which is about an hour and a half away. They drove down and got me the last time, paid me, took me to dinner. It was really, it went really well. They're doing it again. They're coming down and coming to get me and drive me back to Sioux City to speak and then home. Wow. That's an honor to me, you know, and I appreciate it because for my own reasons and due to my own experience in this world, I'm just trying to get by with what I can. I'm really not trying to deal with money as much as possible because to me the energy of it is really negative. And so it's an honor that they, you know, I really don't think my car can make it, but we really want you to speak, so we'll come and get you. That's an honor. I wanted to share that. So I won't be here in the morning to make a video. They'll come down about 6:37 in the morning to get me to make the drive up there, and wow. Okay. I'm also honored to see that a couple of the old guard, you know, are still with me, you know, because I know that I'm the sort of person who does not stick around a lot, and I'm not always making sure to stay in touch and let you know that I love you and stuff. I'm really comfortable with people coming and going in my lives, and so it doesn't surprise me the idea that excuse me, I'm going to get some music ready to play in the background. It doesn't surprise me when people leave or people that I once associated with have nothing to do with me. So it's great to see messages from Jimmy, Earl of Swab. Now, I haven't checked your channel in years. I don't even know if you still make videos, but Jimmy, that touches me. To hear from you, it means a lot to me that you value my records that you bought from me. And how are you, man? It's like, if you folks don't know, look up Earl of Swab. Back years ago, when the BC for me was a central focus of mine, Jimmy's videos were a highlight because they're like Hollywood productions. They're probably still online. Go and check them out, okay? I am honored, Jimmy, Earl of Swab, that my records mean that much to you, that you keep them. You're not going to sell them. Thank you. It also means a lot to me to hear from Mr. Hall of Fame. Now, if you guys don't know who Mr. Hall of Fame is, he is the one responsible for me starting to show my face on YouTube. When I found Mr. Hall of Fame's vinyl community videos, he's black, I said, oh wow, this is my group, and this is where it's at. Here's a black guy here showing records, all kinds. It gave me the impetus and the courage to start speaking on camera. But not only that, but Mr. Hall of Fame, it's been so long since I talked to you, I can't recall your first name right at the moment. You were mentioning how you really like Morning I Rise from Dereck 3, which you were one of the first people to buy. Well, I'm happy to tell you that there's a vocal version of it on here. It's this, it's so this one, this one is interesting because for the Door album, what happened was that, well, this is one of those tracks where a couple of years ago, when I started to hang with Ariana a little bit, because we were mentoring kids and doing a lot of planning, he heard this and just really responded to it. So the vocal that is recorded here is not exactly a first take, but it's pretty close to a first take. He just responded, he really felt it. So it's pretty raw on here, but Mr. Hall of Fame, you might want a copy of this. Also, I'm happy to say that this is all from yesterday. Orders this weekend, they go out. And it's nice that people are responding to my offer to include, yeah, Ariane, sing that song. People are responding to my offer of you buy the this one I gotta put in a different, okay, buy Nice on vinyl and you get the Kleeman CD with it, and folks are picking up on it. I had a big pile. This is what I have left, or they're almost gone. And once you get it, folks, you hear that it's good stuff. It's good. So thank you. I just got another order from the Netherlands for the Door CD this morning. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. It means a lot. And Nick, the other thing I'll share with you regarding music is that today is the 50th anniversary of the release of We're Only In It For The Money by the Mothers of Invention. Kind of came to my attention through interacting with people on the internet, on Facebook, the vinyl community. The record communities on Facebook are really active. There are a ton of groups, actually. I belong to about 20 of them. I don't post in all of them, but there's a lot of activity, and I just really enjoy looking at people's records. I don't necessarily need to get on there and chit chat and make new friends. Really, that's not why I'm there. It's this, you know. But someone showed this and mentioned that, and I said, wow. So I pulled it and played this yesterday twice all the way through. This was the original intended cover to be the parody of Sgt. Pepper's, and of course the record company freaked out and said we can't do that. But this is really, there are several things about this album that are kind of groundbreaking, pioneering. Jimmy Carl Black, who I met, and that is his autograph. There's some drumming on the album that completely predates speed metal and punk. Super fast drumming, and it's like, if he's really playing that fast, I'm totally impressed. I wouldn't be surprised if they sped the tape up to get the effect. Hey, punk, where you going with that something in your hand? Check that out and listen to those drums. Badass. So I listened to this yesterday. Something else I listened to that it took a while for this to really come into focus for me as to how futuristic and how really awesome this record is. Flying Lotus, Until the Quiet Comes. Now, he's done things since then. I don't have the latest on vinyl. I have his last on the computer. And the stuff he's doing with the people like Thundercat and Robert Glasper and all these people, and Erykah Badu, this is really, in my opinion, the now sound. This is the sound of today. It's some really, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. People have been going on about the Dark Side of the Moon's, I think, 45th anniversary. I do have it, but this is not my original copy. Like a million people, I bought it when it came out. It was it was a central part of my life for a while, and most of my friends had the poster up, had the stickers on my wall. I think I have a picture of my teenage bedroom where you can see a poster with the Pink Floyd stickers on it. So I played a little bit of this, and it still holds up. You know, something was lining up correctly for them when they made this album. Really good, really good. One of my favorite artists of all time is, well, artists period, is Yellow Magic Orchestra. Hiromi Hosono, he's the #1, not Sakamoto. Hosono started Yellow Magic Orchestra, not Sakamoto. Now, I have great respect for Sakamoto, but I feel Hosono, because Hosono kind of is not recognized properly. He started the stuff. He's one of the his history of Japanese pop and rock music is huge. So I hadn't played this in a while. Harry Hosono and the Yellow Magic Band. This is the album that led into him starting Yellow Magic Orchestra. It's a very interesting combination of electronics, club music, like Tropicalia, almost like, you know, supper club music. Even references to Americana, like the band. This is a really, really good record. Besides a lot of rehearsing, doing a lot of rehearsing, I've been playing a little music. Another album that I played recently that it's kind of like hearing it, parts of it for the first time, because it's been so long. Deep Purple, the first album. There's parts of this that I really like, and then as I was listening to it, some of Ritchie Blackmore's pretentiousness really came through. It's like, man, listening to April, okay, which is a Blackmore tune, it's kind of classical, but it's pretentious, and it goes on way too long, and it's kind of like, well, somebody really thinks they're cool, and this isn't as cool as they think they are. That's how it sounds to me, okay? Listening to it yesterday, I was like, man, okay. But the album starts off hot with Chasing Shadows, Deep Purple. And this wasn't on purpose, but the next album in the stack from recent plays is this Italian progressive rock band, Murple, with an M, purple with an M, Murple. Io sono Murple. This is a reissue. The original is on MPS, very collectible and expensive. I'd love to have an original. I just love the label MPS BASF, the German label. This is an album that's keyboard oriented. Definitely takes a cue from stuff like The Nice and early Genesis, but they try to do their own thing with it, and that's what I like about it. It kind of meanders. Green vinyl. They don't get it right the whole album. There's parts where it's really strong. There's one song where they actually end up in a drum solo, and it's like, no, we don't listen to drum solos. So let me get up here. It's about 14 minutes. We made 100 copies of this. I have already sold 27 copies of this already. I don't know how many Arion has sold. If it sells out, we will repress it. But what I really want to do, especially if this thing sells like it's selling, is I'm going to look for someone to put this out on vinyl. Matter of fact, I want it out on vinyl, because I think it's going to sound better on vinyl. How's that? Virgo by the door, really proud of this work. Really happy to share this experience with Arion, who is primarily a visual artist and a basketball player. Arion has traveled the world as a basketball player. He's played in Chile, Iceland, Germany, you know. So it's neat to share this experience with him. He is tripping, you know, his first record, you know. And he said it at practice last night. He said, I got to tell you, man, I'm doing all I can to not be on a total ego trip. And I said, well, enjoy it. Just don't let it go to your head. Just enjoy it. This is a wonderful thing. Pick up On the Door, people. It's good music. And you can listen to the whole thing on Bandcamp, you know. Keith, I'll shout you out. Thanks for being with me, Keith.